Hi guys. Hi, how are you doing? My name is Nasteli. Welcome to our live session. I know I hadn't informed you guys that we are going to have a live session, but this is just a by the way. Um, yeah, it's just a meet and greet, getting to know each other, and something like that. Um, so my name is Terry. I'm a nurse. This is my YouTube channel. Really, here we just normally talk about baby care, pregnancy, breastfeeding, anything that matters to a mother because that is so dear to me. And the purpose of this live session, I don't know whether I'm going to get any audience. Yeah, there is one person. Hi, thank you for joining us for this live session, an impromptu live session. Um, Maybe you can tell us where you're watching us from. Do you have maybe any question? Yeah. So yeah. Okay. I have a question. There's somebody who has asked a question. Let me try and my baby is 1 month old. Storyland. Hi, Storyland. My baby is 1 month old and he has a cold. Please tell me what to do. Okay. So for a 1 month old baby with a cold, normally baby they have a stuffed nose. No, the nose is stuffed. They cannot breathe well. So the one of the very first thing that you need to do is make sure the baby is warm. Also make sure that you are able to unblock their nostrils. There's normally a nozzle drop that you can get from your local pharmacy. But if the baby has maybe fevers, things like that, maybe they are not able to feed, then make sure that you take the baby to your pediatrician. But mostly keeping the baby warm and unblocking the nostrils so that they're able to breathe well. And if they're feeding well, they don't have any fevers, then nothing to worry about. So thank you so much, Storyline, for that question. Any other questions are so much welcome. This is actually my very first live session, and I didn't have any topic in mind. It was just a meet and greet, getting to know you guys, where you are from. I'm from Kenya. I practice here in Kenya. Um, yeah, and I'm a nurse maybe for over 10 years now in the moment baby space. Any other question, guys? And I also wanted to share with you how to increase my breast milk. Okay, this is a very nice question. Lots of moms suffer from this. I would say a low breast milk supply can be physiological. That is how your body is making the breast milk. Could also be psychological, things like stress, lack of support, things like that. But if it is physiological, you can actually be able to fix that very fast. And one of the things that you can do is make sure that you're taking in enough water, not even enough food. People, not even a lot of food, because majority of moms overeat. Like you want to eat for two. No, don't eat for two. Just take a balanced diet, but increase your daily fluid intake. This could be water. Just water is enough. That is more than enough. And then something else, can you make sure that you are breastfeeding your baby on demand? And by demand, I mean like every 2 to 3 hours, not beyond that. Because the more you breastfeed the baby, the more the breast milk is stimulated, the more the breast milk production is stimulated. So make sure you're breastfeeding the baby quite often, every 2 to 3 hours. If not, make sure that you are expressing the breast milk, maybe through the breast pump. And by so doing, you'll also be promoting more breast milk production. So the goal here is to make sure that your breasts are very active. There's some action going on in there so that the more milk is emptied, the more that is produced. So I hope we are together in that. And actually I have a coaching program for new moms. If you're interested in it, I believe you can really benefit from it. I'm going to leave a link in the description if you're interested in that coaching program for moms. That would be awesome for you. So thank you so much, Storyland, all the way from Pakistan. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining in this live session. Other people who are in the live session, please say hi. Nas Terry here. Thank you so much for joining us in this live session. I also wanted to share with you some amazing books. Like, I don't know whether you can, because my phone is I'm using the front camera, of course, but there's this book called Sell or Be Sold. I'm reading this book, but it's more of selling, but I'm finding a lot of information that I can use as a parent, as a mom, like how to speak to your children. How do you speak to your children so that you are able to gain the control that you need to gain as a parent? So these are very must read book, especially if you're mom, and also especially if you are aspiring to be an entrepreneur someday. Yes, Storyland. One last question. I have C-section last month. I now have very bad pain in the shoulder. What to do? Back pain in the shoulder after a C-section. Majority of moms, after a month after C-section, will mostly have back pains. But I would be interested to know which part of your shoulder are you having the pains. Is it the upper shoulder, or is it the lower bit there? Because if it is the lower, it could be indirectly linked to the birth process. But if it is the upper one, then it could be something else that is not related to the C-section. So for that one, I would advise you to see your GP, for further evaluation, further assessment, to know maybe what could be the issue. Yeah, that is the lower back, the lower shoulder. Yeah, that could be related to the birth process. So for this one, I would advise you, don't engage in any strenuous activities. Don't lift things. Don't lift anything heavy. Take enough rest. And also take a lot of foods that are rich in calcium, a lot of iron, to try and replenish all the nutrients that you lost. And by so doing, you'll be able to, this pain should be gone in a few months' time. Yeah, so that is the advice I would like to give you. If it is the lower one, then it could be related to the birth process. Feeding well, resting will resolve it. Thank you so much for those amazing questions. And then another book that I'm also reading is Your Questions Keep Coming, is Storyland. I hope I've answered your question. And if you have more, please ask. I am here, all here for you. Another book that I can recommend is 80-20 Rule, the 80-20 Principle, sorry. It's also very good. If you want to achieve more with less, as parents, you're most welcome, Storyland, anytime. So for this book, if you're a parent, I know sometimes we have so much to do and we feel like there's so little time and a whole mountain of things to do. So this book can also help you. Yeah, it can help you, like, really be able to organize yourself and lead a better productive life. Any other question, guys? I'm also a mom of two. My firstborn is 11 years old. She was here a few minutes ago. I don't know where she has gone to. A girl. And then I have a son, 6 years old. So you see these things, motherhood. These are things that I've also experienced. I know it's not easy, but a day at a time. And we will get there. Our children grow up so fast. So the best thing as a mom you can do is to give your best. Pour out all your love to your children as they grow up. When you feel like so angry, because sometimes these children can make us feel angry, like they just want to do some things that just want to make us angry. So at that time, just take a breather, take some time out and cool down, and then come back to pouring out yourself on them, love on them, because they when they are growing up, they need this love. When your children are growing up, they need this love. They always come back to that love. And we want to give our children the best, and I know you're doing your level best. I think I'm a person of few words. So I want to remind all of you who are in the live right now, we have a coaching program. If you're interested, if you are a mom, that could be how many times is pooping of a baby normal in a day? How many times is pooping? So as we learned, your baby is 1 month old. For a 1 month old baby, you can change the diapers for up to 8 times in a day, or 6 to 8 times in a day. That is ideal. And I'm assuming that you're also exclusively breastfeeding this baby. If you're exclusively breastfeeding this baby, 6 to 8 times poops is okay. But if you're formula feeding the baby, then it could be less, could be maybe 4 times. Yeah, so the formula fed babies, because digesting formula is, it's I would say it's more intense, or it's harder than digesting breast milk. Therefore, if for a breastfed baby, then pooping more. For a formula fed baby, they poop less. So for a breastfed baby, 6 to 8 times in a day, that is the answer. All right. Okay. Okay, another book I wanted to share with you guys, moms, because I know we all need to increase our finances. It's not a lie, so that we can bring up happy families without thinking about money. This book, 100 million offers. It's also a very good book for those who are interested in mom entrepreneurship. Those are books that I would highly recommend. And thank you so much, Storyland. Your questions were amazing. And if you have more, please ask. I think we have a few more minutes before we wind up. Yeah, so these are the books, the 3 of them that I'm currently reading. Storyland, do you have another baby, or that is your first baby? Maybe before a Storyland answers that question, another thing about breastfeeding, make sure that you also invest in nursing essentials. Nursing essentials such as comfortable bras. Don't put on bras that are not nursing or breastfeeding friendly. No, bras that are too tight. No, those are not okay. It's a first baby. Congratulations. It's gonna be amazing. Now that you are even seeking the information, you will do very well. Yeah, congrats. Yeah, on to the nursing essentials. Thank you so much, Storyland, once again. Also, invest also in breast pump, so that when your baby is not feeding enough, then you are still emptying your breast. And also maybe when you are going back to work and you need to keep that breast milk supply up, then you're able to pump and store, for that, for those times. Yeah, so those are some tips that I would like to share on breastfeeding. Make sure that you invest in comfortable and all nursing essentials. It is very, very important. Also things like nursing covers, because I remember there's a mom who was telling me that she was finding it really, really hard to breastfeed in public. I think in that country they are normally stigmatized. When you breastfeed in public, people maybe look, um, I don't know how, maybe they are judged wrongly. In my country, it's very, very normal. And no, nobody will ask you when you breastfeed in the public. So make sure that maybe you invest in things like nursing covers, you know, comfortable baby carriers. I remember when I had my first baby, um, okay, sorry, Land, I'll come back to that. When I had my first baby, I remember I bought a baby carrier, and that baby carrier was not comfortable at all. It used to give me back pains. When I carried my daughter, I could have very bad back pains, and it was because that baby carrier was not it was not adjustable, things like that. So as you shop for your baby, make sure that you also research well, because your health comes first. Okay, recovery tips for C-section. Please, you are vegetarian. Okay. Okay, that's okay. For a vegetarian, okay, the first tip um in any C-section recovery, it's rest. You are still in your postpartum period, your pupurium, 6 to 8 weeks, you're still there. So your body is trying to go back to the pre-pregnancy state. Your uterus is still contracting, trying to fit in where it was before. Your body is still getting rid of all the excess fluid buildup that had built up. So your body is working really, really, really hard to go back to the pre-pregnancy, the way it was before the pregnancy. So at this time, the number one tip is rest. Rest is so paramount. Rest is so important. Make sure that you are resting enough. Make sure that you are also hydrating. You have to hydrate really well. And because you're also losing a lot of fluid. I've told you there was a built-up of fluid, and that fluid is being excreted. So you also need to bring back that fluid once again. And you can also do this through vegetable soups. They are amazing vegetable soups. For example, broccolis, they are rich in, I think it's also zinc and calcium. So make sure that you add a variety of, those of your favorite vegetables, even spinach. They are very rich in iron. We know that when we give birth, we also lose a lot of iron. So make sure that you, even if you are a vegetarian, you make sure that you are getting back these nutrients from your diet. You can also eat a lot of any plant-based proteins, to restore back, all the amazing things that you lost in your body. You lost a lot of calcium also when you were making the baby. So make sure that the foods that you're taking, the nuts, all of those, they are so important, and they are going to help you replenish what you lost. That is on the diet. Another thing is on avoid any strenuous activity. Don't do any strenuous activity until at least 3 months. And but the recommended, the ideal is maybe wait until 6 months, so that by then your body will have fully recovered and you can be able maybe to lift something heavy. Another thing, don't engage in any sexual intercourse for at least 6 to 8 weeks or more. It will depend. Some women are more comfortable, others are, they don't want sex until maybe 2 3 months. So just listen to your body, and if you are not comfortable, then don't do it until the time you're comfortable. That is 2 to 3 months postpartum. It's very difficult to rest. Oh, I understand. I know, Aki. I really feel you, Storyland. Also, when I had my first baby, I didn't have any support. My husband had to go back to work like immediately, and I was left all alone. What I can advise you is to only do what you can. Only do what you can. Don't stress yourself. Uh, a few dirty dishes, for standing there on the sink for a few hours won't, they won't do much damage. So just do what you can. Leave the rest until you're able to. So what I would advise you is just take a day at a time. Don't overstrain yourself. Don't you don't have to be, your house doesn't have to be perfect at this time. So what is important right now is you and your baby, your recovery and your baby. That is what is important, not the mess in the house, not what has not been done. That is not important at this time. So focus on your recovery and on your baby, and only do what you can. Leave the rest, and tackle them as time goes by. Yeah, just ensure maybe the basic hygiene, and you and your baby are comfortable. That is all that matters. Yeah. For those who are joining us right now, it was just a meet and greet QA session. If you have any question regarding baby care, breastfeeding, pregnancy, you are free to ask. I'm here all for you. My name is Nasteri. For those maybe it's your first time in this channel, yeah, feel most welcome in our live session. Yeah, sure, Storyland. And you have a very unique name. I really wonder how you came up with that name, Storyland. Like, maybe do you like stories, or I don't know. Just amazing, amazing, amazing. All right. Any more questions? I hope I'll be able to be doing maybe a live session every week, hopefully. I'm thinking of doing that so that also we can engage more with you. And for those maybe who may be interested, you can also join one of the memberships, because in there we do have live sessions. We do have members only content that we do there. So if it is something that can benefit you and your family, then you can consider it. Okay, guys, Storyland, any more questions, or maybe we can wrap it up there. On 14th March, my water was okay. Don't worry, Storyland. Um, Um, I always say a vaginal birth or a C-section, they are all ways of bringing a baby into this world. I remember this for me, I had all my babies, my two babies, through C-section. And I remember this guy I met, and he asked me, "Do you have children?" Oh, okay. Do you have children? So I told this guy that, yeah, I had children. And he asked me, did you like deliver them normally, or did you go through C-section? So I told this person that, yeah, I went through C-section. And then he told me, then you're not a mother. So I was like, dude, what do you mean I'm not a mother? So there's this notion that people have, this misconception, let me call it a misconception, that if you didn't like give your babies um, give birth naturally, that you really are not um, uh, an ideal mom. So I would want to tell moms out there, maybe those who went through C-section, not because they wanted to, because I also labored. I remember I labored for almost 8 hours for my first pregnancy, but the baby was too big. My baby was too big, and the baby was not descending. So you see, in such a scenario, there's nothing really you can do, and you have to go for a C-section. So don't listen to these people, and don't feel bad. Don't feel like you failed yourself, that like your body failed you. No, just take it positively and look at it like, yes, I gave birth to a healthy baby, and I'm also healthy myself as the mother. So that is what really is important, not how you give birth. In as much as maybe the recovery process for moms who give birth naturally, it's faster than moms who give birth via C-section, but that is the only difference, really, not any other. The only difference is the recovery time. Moms who give birth naturally recover faster than moms who give birth via C-section. But whether you're an ideal mom because of the way you give birth, that is not important, and that is not true. We are all good moms. We are all moms, regardless of how we brought our babies into this world. I hope I hope Storyland that maybe has answered your question. Um, I made a vlog channel of stories for children. Oh, yes, yes, it is true. Um, a C-section is more painful and the recovery time is horrible. That is true. That is the only difference between a natural birth and a C-section. If you are able to go for a natural birth, because that is the how we are supposed even to give birth. But if it didn't happen due to one reason or another, like for example in my case, the baby could not descend. The baby was too big. The baby was almost 4 kgs, and my pelvis was borderline. So you see, if I risked and said that I have to give this, I have to give birth to this baby naturally, either I would have the baby would suffer from a birth trauma, would have conditions like cerebral palsy, and those are things that you really don't want, because you'd suffer as a mother like for the rest of your life as long as you're taking care of this baby. So just listen to your doctor, listen to your midwife. If you're not progressing well in your labor, then take the next option. Sorry, take the next option. That is the C-section. C-section is not all that bad. Maybe just the pain and prolonged recovery time. Yeah. I made a vlog channel of stories for children. Oh, that's why you are Storyland. That's amazing. Ah, how great. I think I'm going to check you out and subscribe. I hope you're still making the stories. I really love stories. They are amazing. It's a great way of connecting, maybe with children, with your friends. So Storyland, keep doing it. I'm going to check you out. So yeah, that's the difference between a natural birth and a C-section. Definitely. Yeah, me too, Cerilan. Thank you so much for keeping me company. I was wondering whether I'm going to get any audiences since it's really my first live session. But every Mondays we are going to try and be having this live session. So you can be coming with your questions and or anything you'd like to share. We can just have talk, conversation, and that's it. And yeah, so thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, you don't make any more. Maybe you can maybe reconsider it. You never know. Maybe it's a gift you have. If you even have had that idea in the first place, that shows that maybe it's a gift that is lying dormant in you. Maybe you need to reactivate it. You never know where it's gonna take you. So maybe reconsider it when you have time. For now, you and your baby are a priority. So yes, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much. And say hi to the lovely people of Pakistan. Okay, okay. We are about to wind up now. For those who are joining us, maybe you can maybe replay the live session. We shall be having this live every Monday. Um, 5 to 6 p.m. Kenyan time. And you can come with your amazing questions or with your stories where we get to know each other more, where I get to answer your questions, ask me questions, learn from each other, and something like that. So thank you so much. I'll see you next Monday, same time. God willing, take care of yourselves. Bye.